Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody. I'm your host, Coach Tripp, along with my compadre, Coach Mark Hobley, and
peace.
And King Titus.
Yes.
Right here, the mascot, Coach's Corner. We have a special guest, good friend of ours, Brad Bowes. What's up, Bradley?
Coaches, what's going on? Hobbs, are you not wearing glasses still? Or is that a sore subject?
Yes, sure.
Inside joke.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why we don't do live radio anymore. We do podcasts. Welcome to the podcast, folks. Coach's Corner. Here at Coach's Corner, we try to inspire and educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, and the body to act. This is a local sports report, and we got a lot of local sports news, actually. High school football coaching changes. Vance Smith took over for his dad, Kent Smith, at Pace High School. That was in the PNJ. And Vance is the first Pace High School head coach to be an alum there. Played for his dad. And, kind of a smooth transition, maybe to keep the same culture going. They're a winning program. What do you think about that move?
You know, I don't know. I don't know anything about the guy, but I'm sure I know Kent's was a really good football coach, and I'm sure his son will do very well there. Pace and Milton and Tate, they're unique jobs, and they're still community schools, so it's probably a really good hire to hire within. Yeah,
Kent did do a great job there, Auburn guy.
Exactly.
But I like the stuff that he did. I liked his process. I like how he ran the ball and played great defense. I really like that. I also like the fact that he gave helmet stickers out to his kids. I think that's real important. Kids, George O'Leary did it with us at Liverpool High School, and he never said a good thing, but we always look forward to the helmet stickers on Monday watching film. I look forward to watching film. Oh, yeah. If you didn't have a good game with O'Leary, don't go watch film. But yeah, Kent did that. Okay, so I think he did a lot of good things, and Vance learned. Obviously, he's got. Looks like it's going to keep the same staff probably.
Yeah,
but we don't know. Pine Forest possibly going to Kerry McDowell. That's right, you heard it. Hopefully, it's going to be made final tomorrow. The defensive coordinator at Catholic the last 8 years. Okay. Did a great job at Catholic. It looks like he's heading to Pine Forest. What happened, Coach Carter? What did he stay there? 3 years at Pine Forest? 2 years?
2 years.
He was a 2-year wonder.
Gosh, I don't know how they got rid of Ronnie Douglas. Ronnie Douglas, what? He's headed to Milton High School. Holy macaroni, spaghetti, and pasta fazool. I coached with Ronnie for 5 years. We took over a team that was 1-19. And because of Ronnie, we went 8-3, 9-3, and 10-3. Went to the state semifinals, and then he handed it over. But Ronnie did the same thing at PHS. I helped him in the spring at PHS, and they went 5-5, 5 wins, more than they've had in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years combined.
Exactly.
So Ronnie, everything he touches turns to gold. There's going to be a lot of happy Miltonites, Brad.
You said it right. Whether it's business, schools, he's very good at what he does, and he will get it done in Milton. Yeah. Anybody want to bet me? Anybody want me bet me a 12-pack? He doesn't win 5 games next year. Go for it. I bet he wins 5.
Probably win a little bit more than 5. I wouldn't be shocked if those guys go to the playoffs. If you're looking at a combination of his last 2 schools, Tate and Pine Forest, and you kind of put those 2 schools together, you have Milton High. So he's going to have as many athletes as he's had always, but we're looking forward to possibly making a run at the state championship.
Yeah, he'll find athletes who are at PHS. There are athletes when we got there. You just have to organize them and get things rolling. So he'll turn it around. He's going to hire a great staff like he always does. Kerry McDowell going to Pine Forest. Matt Adams stepping down at Pensacola Catholic after many, many years. I started coaching there in 2005, and I think he just got there. So he's been there 20 years. It's a grind, man. I'm telling you, it's a hard grind, especially when you have a family. Alex Black and I talked about that. He had 3 boys age 5 to 10, and they wanted him to coach him. So I said they only grow up once. And so Matt wanted, I think, take some more time away because every Friday night you're away from the family. Sundays, all day Sunday, you're watching film. So you lose your Sunday time with your family. So it can be a grind, Brad. He did a great job at Catholic. I don't know who's going to take over, but I'm sure LeBounty and those guys will pick somebody that's capable.
I'm sure they have a plan. I'm sure they had an idea that this was probably coming. And I'm sure Richard's a very smart man. He does a good job. He has a plan moving forward.
Wow, it's going to be a lot of candidates for that job. Doesn't pay as much as as a lot of people would think, but it's a great atmosphere, great culture. All right, let's switch gears. That's all the high school news. We'll get into basketball a little bit more next week. Talk about basketball. SEC has 5 of the top 7 ranked teams in the country. Brad, why has the shift from ACC, or we know what happened in the Big East, why it shifted? I thought it was the Big East. You do too. Big East shift to ACC, and California, of course, dominated with John Wooden and those guys for quite a while. But why is the shift all of a sudden to the SEC?
It's one word: collective. Their collective is better than everybody else's. We can talk about culture. We can talk about whatever you want. It's money. It's the amount of money they're able to spend to get kids over there, and they have really good coaches. So you put good coaches and good players together, you have a real opportunity to be good.
Oh, great point. Yeah, great point.
But they have, the SEC they have decided that they are going to be committed in basketball, and they're going to be committed in football, and they're committed in baseball as well.
Yes.
They're going to be committed to all these money sports. And they're going to win. But you think about the coaches in the SEC. You have Chris Beard at Ole Miss. He took Texas Tech to the finals. Mm-hmm. You have Chris Jans at Mississippi State. A lot of people don't know he was at Chipola Junior College 20 years ago.
Wow.
And then he was on a couple of different staffs with Greg Marshall. He's been around. He was the head coach at Bowling Green for a year. And then he went to New Mexico State and won. You have the guy at Florida came from San Francisco, a really good basketball coach. Of course, you got Bruce Pearl. You got Nate Oates. You got John Calipari. You've got Mark Pope, and you have Rick Barnes. I mean, and I'm probably getting yelled at. I'm missing some people. The guy at South Carolina's done a really good job.
Wow.
So if you look at that, you have the money to get these kids, and I say kids, some of these kids are 23, 24 years old now, and you can poach them from a mid-major, let's say, and they've been developed.
Right, mid-major all-star, mid-major first-teamer. You can give them a lot of money to come to, Mississippi State or Alabama or some of these schools, and it's easier in basketball, right? Because there's not as much money in basketball as football.
You don't have to pay as much. I don't know if any coaching job's easier. You don't need as many players, maybe. I don't know.
No, I mean,
and Nick Saban says you if you're going to buy them, you better buy the right ones, and it seems like they're buying the right ones.
That's what. Hey, let's go down that avenue. That happens. That's going to happen a lot. You're paying a lot of money for the wrong players. With that dynamic is all of a sudden gets tangled not only in the front office but in the locker room.
Well, you play in the NFL. You saw where, and college baseball coaches have been dealing this with years. I think they have 11, 13 scholarships, and sometimes the walk-on first baseman is better than the first 2 that you gave money to. So right. That's probably hard to deal with as a coach. What about in the NFL when you draft a guy in the first round and you find out Jeremy Reeves is actually better than him?
Right. Right.
It's a guess.
Yeah, you're right. You have to make that hard decision.
It happens in baseball all the time. You see where guys are drafted real high, and the guy that's not drafted, he's better. Yep. But the guy that's drafted the highest,
more chances.
He has to prove that he can't.
Right. Good point. He has to prove he can't play. The other guy has to prove he can play.
Right. And so who wants to go to their general manager and say, hey, we spent $3 million on him, but the guy we spent 20,000 on is
Right.
better.
Right.
You better not come to me with that answer.
Well, you have to if you're going to be honest and have a great team.
Well, you won't
that's
be
a good
around.
point.
You
Yeah,
won't
that's
be,
true.
You won't be my
All right.
coach.
All right, let's jump over to college football playoff schedule, man. This is awesome. Tomorrow night, Friday night, number 10, Indiana, at number 7, Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a touchdown favorite, 7 o'clock on ABC. I don't know who to pick here, but I'm going to take the upset and take Indiana, take the points.
I'm gonna take. Well, if you take the points, I don't know much about gambling. I'm
Whoa.
taking. I think Notre Dame's at home. I'm taking Notre Dame. I think they're going to win. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be 18 degrees.
Who you got,
At
Hobbs?
kickoff. I think.
Oh, it's going to be 18 degrees.
I think that's what they said.
Who you got, Hobbs?
Unfortunately, I'll go with the Golden Domers.
Yeah. All right, SMU number 11 at number 6, Penn State. Penn State's 8.5-point favorites, 11 o'clock on TNT. I just don't know. I'm going to go with the upset and take the points again. I'm going to take SMU.
I like it. I like SMU because I just don't like Penn State actually.
I feel the same way. I just don't like Penn State.
They're not. They haven't proven anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like if anybody can blow a game, it's Penn State.
Number 12, Clemson snuck in the playoffs with a big win, comeback win in the championship game at number 5, Texas. Texas, a whopping 12-point favorites. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to go with the SEC. I'm going with Texas.
I think Texas wins by 2 touchdowns. I think they're gonna wear Clemson down like Georgia did the first week of the season. Now I do think if I've listened, I think if Quinn Ewers struggles a little bit early, they will play the other one, the Manning.
Right.
And to get the ball moving, they probably have a little, in hindsight, they probably should have put him in a little bit in the SEC championship game. They did not. But that's why Steve Sarkisian makes a lot more money than I do. He knows what he's doing. But I think they might mix it up if they get down early or they struggle early.
Clemson, you don't want Clemson to hang around, okay? Just put them away early and often. The turnovers are going to be huge in this game, but you don't want Clemson to be there in the fourth quarter because they can come back and steal one on you. 3 o'clock on TNT Saturday. The last one Saturday, number 9, Tennessee.
I'm taking Clemson.
You're taking Clemson out. You're going against the grain.
Hobbs, you have lost your mind.
All right.
Not only have you lost your glasses, you've lost your mind.
Both of them.
He's still trying to catch up for the year on me, I think. Number 9, Tennessee at number 8, Ohio State, 7.5-point favorites. Your Ohio State Buckeyes, 7 o'clock on ABC. You're worried about this. I would be too. Tennessee's dangerous offensively, but I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I'm going to take the points and take the SEC.
I'm either Ohio State's going to win by a touchdown or get beat by 40. I haven't decided which one yet. Tennessee seemed to do everything really well that Ohio State doesn't do real well. I do think they're going to try to get the ball to their 5-star receivers though, and they have some offensive line issues. I think they'll try to negate that. You're the coach. I think they'll try to get the ball out of Will Howard's hands as fast as they can, so those defensive ends don't get to him.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, they lost 2 starting offensive linemen, which is tough.
They actually lost 3. I didn't know this, but they actually lost 3 since the first game of the season.
Oh my gosh!
So they are going to play a true freshman that has not played hardly at all this year. He's had 3 weeks of great practices, so we'll see what happens.
I think this is going to be the closest game of the day. Hobbs, who you got?
Not Ryan Day.
All right.
Yep, not him.
You're taking Buckeyes, right? Cover. Head.
I'm taking the Buckeyes.
All right.
Because I'll be voted out of my house if I don't take the Buckeyes. So.
Quarterfinals. Fiesta Bowl, number 3, Boise State versus Penn State SMU winner on the 31st of December, 6:30, all on ESPN. Peach Bowl, number 4, Arizona State versus the winner of 5-12 matchup, Clemson, Texas. Wow. Rose Bowl, Oregon takes the 8-9 winner, okay? Just Tennessee, Ohio State. In the Sugar Bowl, Georgia gets the 7-10 winner in Notre Dame and Indiana. Georgia's got an easier road, obviously. What do you think about the matchups? I think they're kind of lopsided a little bit. I think Hobbs, you always thought this. Hobbs like only two teams can win. All right, Hobbs, which one can only win?
There's
2 or 3 that can win?
No, I don't think there's 2 or 3 can still win.
Who's going to win it all?
It's hard to say. I mean, Indiana's not going to win. SMU's not going to win it. Clemson's not going to win it. You know, I mean, come on. This was an awful way to do this tournament by seeding them according to the conference champions. This time next year we'll be talking about a 4-loss team in the playoff. That's how bad.
The problem with parity is I don't think any of these teams could beat any of the teams that in Alabama, the teams Alabama had that won the national championship the last 15 years. They just couldn't. They're not good enough. They're deep enough.
It's a big shift. It's a paradigm shift now.
Right,
The NIL and transfer portal has shifted the whole landscape.
And the portal has really affected play. Kids are, you can't tell me. I mean, I love Jim Knowles. He's a great defense corner, but you can't tell me that Caleb Downs is getting better coaching in Ohio State than he got at Alabama. I mean, the reality is he's not. Who's better than Saban on the defensive side of the ball?
Right. Right.
So, and imagine how good kids were that got to play for him for 4 years on that side of the ball. But when you leave, imagine running a business and you had to replace your employees every year. How good do you think your business could possibly be?
You can't. Turnover is expensive. Any retailer, any manufacturer, any business owner would tell you how expensive turnover is in your.
However, I don't feel one bit of sympathy for the coaches. They've created this monster.
Yeah, they made all the money. The money started spreading.
Not just the money, but you have the guy. He leaves Marshall before the bowl game. He takes this Southern Miss job. The NCAA has allowed this to happen. I don't feel sorry for any of this. And any of these coaches, they complain, they whine, and they're the first ones in the portal poaching everybody else's kids.
First one in the portal.
Right. Right.
It's like the mafia, man. It's like the mafia, how the mafia ran, I guess. I don't know nothing about the mafia, but they complain about the Chicago family, but they're the first one to poach them their stuff too. You know what I mean?
Ange, call in Ange. All right. Well, that was good, man. I'll let you go eat. I'll let you go eat with Corinia.
Thanks, Hobbs, for making me. My food's cold, Hobbs. Now I appreciate it.
Blame Hobbs. Yeah.
Hey, and let me ask you. Hey, what size glasses do you wear? So when my wife goes to Marshall's on Monday, I'll have her pick up about 3 pairs for you.
Wow.
You need prescription.
Yeah, I need prescriptions. Yeah.
We need to take him to an eye doctor for crying out loud. All right. Peace. Bye. Oh, man. It's so funny.
That's crazy.
All right. Thanks for watching Local Sports Report, everybody. Have a great sports night. Stay tuned for these great messages from our sponsors. Without them, this just wouldn't be possible. Thanks, Hobbs.
Woof.
Peace.
Arbitrium Consulting for all your fencing, landscaping, pressure washing, tree trimming needs. Call 850-483-0350 for your free estimates. Serving Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, Destin, Perdido, Gulf Shores, Foley, and the entire Gulf Coast. Arbitrium Consulting is owner-operated, fully licensed and insured. Call today, 850-483-0350, the official landscaper of Coach's Corner.
Hey, Bama fans, this is Will Moore, president of the Pensacola Bama Club. You can find us at PensacolaBamaClub.com. We are your official alumni chapter in the Pensacola and surrounding areas. Membership is available to all alumni and all Bama fans, so come see us at one of our many events throughout the year. Our Bama football watch parties are the next best thing to being in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We even serve authentic stadium hot dogs. Membership, event, and contact information will be found on our website at PensacolaBamaClub.com. Roll Tide.
Barnes Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Alabama football, serving the entire Pensacola community for over 50 years. Barnes Heating and Air is passionate about providing customers with world-class air conditioning and heating repairs, sales, and installation. Barnes Heating and Air is family-owned, insured, and committed to quality. For a free estimate, call 478-0141. Barnes Heating and Air is #1 in customer service with service calls 7 days a week. Call Barnes Heating and Air, 478-0141, and roll Tide.
Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates on your home and auto insurance? Yep, and that place is, ta-da, State Farm. Here's the deal. State Farm agent Will Rentschler is your go-to agent in Pensacola, Florida for the service you deserve at the price that you want. So stop shopping around. State Farm agent Will Rentschler has you covered. Call 850-433-4678 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Legal disclaimer, individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352, 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.